Growing up in a farming community and having family members at that farm really got me connected to the farming community. It's a group of people that take pride in what they do and have a real sense of community that I can relate to.
What makes us unique at Grimble B. Coleman is that we have a dedicated team of folks that work with the ag industry. We have people that have personal backgrounds that came from a farming background and have spent time with clients and really learn the industry and learn the challenges that our clients face. Business advisory is us going beyond the traditional compliance work and looking for those projects where we can really partner with our clients and give them some additional insight.
It's important to have a relationship with your clients because if you don't have that relationship, you tend to stay on the surface. You tend to stay transactional. By having a relationship, you get to know your clients and your client's business is a lot better. You understand the challenges that they're trying to overcome, and by having that additional relationship with them, you're able to solve some of those problems that you might not get to if you only had that surface level relationship.
We are down to the speed round portion. This comes from another moderator, a very well-respected moderator, and I'm just copying her theory. So these are just very quick answers to the last couple of questions. We'll just go, Don, Dave, Colleen, Rotimi, and then flip it around and then flip it back. So just super quick, we'll start with you, Don. And how have you used technology to better adapt to changes indicated by industry?
I think first of all is to take a look at the technology, and it's either us going into industry or industry coming to us for training. So there is a need to identify which direction you go. A lot of it has to do with cost. So one of the things is just to go through and bring industry on board onto your campus when possible. But a lot of times it's the other way around, us going to them.
Excellent. Dave?
Direct ways we do this is through education in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analysis. The more indirect ways are practice with having students practice collaborating and writing and speaking, because before today's students retire, the jobs that can be automated will be automated. And so we need to focus, we have a special responsibility to train students to do the work that only humans can do.
Colleen?
Yeah, I think we've really integrated technology and just our research, especially with the mechanical engineers, with the harvesting of the almonds or other crops, also looking at ozone to better preserve figs, and using the UAVs and the remote sensing and drones to provide information to farmers that they'd need for, say, watering their crops or having more productive and higher yields.
And Rotimi?
Yeah, I think being current in the industry and knowing what is going on is also very important, because as faculty members, just as Dave has said, we have that responsibility of ensuring that our students are prepared for what has not even existed yet. So it's really incumbent on us to really be very current as to what is going on and where the next opportunities are going to be. And going back again to COVID has in a way been a blessing in some ways, because some professionals in the industry that ordinarily will not have the opportunity to speak with, to get information from, we can be on Zoom with them from Australia, from anywhere in the world, and get information that are really very relevant to our students, and also get to hear about emerging technologies in the industry.
Okay, Rotimi, let's stay with you. In a few words, what technology would entice students into your programs?
What we have now is the GPS, and then engaging students in faculty research. So those are, I mean, there are a variety of technology that faculty use, but we have a GPS facility on campus that we really can tap into easily.
Yeah, we have like the drones and there's some like on the ground vehicles in Dr. Yang Quan Chen's lab, and Stefano Carpine's using small robots for irrigation. So there's a lot of technologies that really attract students. Of course, I'm more on the environmental side, so I want to make sure that the technologies are sustainable, not ending up in the landfill. So there's other technologies you can do for, say, environmental monitoring that'll help the ag tech industry meet their like regulations.
Dave?
We do have some sexy technology like Colleen and Rotimi have mentioned, but I think what would really entice students is access to internships to see the technology that industry is using.
And Don?
I think what entices the students is the hands-on application. Obviously, the technology is that component of being able to do the hands-on. And like what Dave said, and be able to connect that even further into the industry, I think is where the link is. And to hearing from industry what they need directly from their perspective. I think that's the connection there.
Excellent. And that leads right into, let's stay with you, Don.
Okay.
So that's what industry needs, but what support or assistance would be most beneficial from local industry?
I think it goes back to working collaboratively and networking with industry, being not us and them, it's we. We're together to deliver a product for them, to go through and, be at the groundbreaking. It's very important if we're looking at grant opportunities to have that industry support, knowing that it's going to go somewhere down the road. So I think it's just developing collaboration and partnerships with industry that makes our educational process more strong.
Dave?
Access to internships.
Colleen?
Yeah, I agree with Don and Dave, and just having those applications on the farm, seeing the technology being used, and more also, yeah, just local industry being open to research and us collecting data, and that we're, not going to try to make them look bad, but improve the industry overall.
Yeah, I think availability, their availability is really very important because we need them. We need each other, really. Let me put it that way. We need them to actually be part of what we do. Otherwise, it's useless. Then the other thing is also for them to also be understanding, as much as we are trying to understand what goes on in the industry, for the industry folks to also be open to the idea that our timelines are different. Responsibility in a way vary because we are custodian of public funds, and we really need to be accountable for that in terms of what we can do and what we cannot do. Because the more they understand that, the better it's going to be for them to see why some of the bureaucracy that we have exists and why our system are not as fast as they will rightfully expect.